Hello there, and welcome back to another episode of our Wizard101 Let's Play. My name is SlytherinKnight, and I'm so happy you could join me. So just to get this out of the way, it's been a little bit since I picked up the game. I took about a 4 to 5 week break from the game because I was getting horrifically burnt out to the point where I dreaded doing these recordings, day after day. But we feel better. I feel better now. Kind of wish I had finished off. I had pushed through and finished off Mirage before I took that break, but it is what it is. Anyway, we are back though. We are ready to finish Mirage. Not this episode, but definitely the next. We have a plethora of things still to do here. Kind of I think we're going to end up fighting like 4 different bosses in this episode, and then Grandfather Spider in the finale for the next episode. So that is kind of the plan for today, to blitz through the rest of the storyline, get to like the next steps to fight Grandfather Spider and wrap up there. If that takes over an hour, it takes over an hour. But anyway, one thing that has changed is I actually did finally get I'm going to say better pet. We have Mighty Rufus here, a mega ghastly opossum. It gives let's actually just look at him over here. It gives a death blade, a blade storm, and a death spear. We don't care about the death spear. The main thing here though is that it has spellproof. So all of the damage ends up being the same as like the pet I was using, so our damage didn't change, but I do now have plus 10 more resistance, putting me at 47 versus 37 that we had. So maybe that helps, maybe it doesn't. Who knows? I guess we'll just find out, won't we? But yeah, so that's really the only thing that's changed, is we have a different pet now. A pet that actually gives good cards as well. So like looking at our stuff, we have 3 different item cards for blades. 2 of them are the same. We have a blade storm, which gives an additional plus 20, which is nice. Plus 20%, which is nice. But yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. Last we left off, we had just gone through the Ruvian Grotto to the Timeless Tower and talked to the Chronicle there. And now we are talking to Chronomancer Tyrell to continue on.
I won't pretend to understand everything that's going on here, or even all of what's at stake, but we do have a chance to save the Spiral. I'm going directly to the Chronoverge to try and assess the situation there, what it will take to breach the Cabal's defenses. You should report back to Santiago and let him know what we've learned. Then, come and join me at the Chronoverge. Together, we will find a way to face whatever forces oppose us. I'm sure of it. See you at the Chronoverge.
All right. So, off to Santiago, just to talk to him, let him know what's going on.
I traveled to Krakatopia once. It was okay. Not enough fun.
Hey, Mallory.
I can see by your expression that whatever you discovered in the Timeless Tower was far from an assurance of our success. Perhaps you are more encouraged, however, by the arrival of this inquisitive young woman who claims to be one of your closest friends.
Well, arguably, we haven't known her that long, but I would say she's a pretty good friend.
Well, I didn't say that exactly.
Thank you.
I just said we went back a ways, and we do. So I came to help. From what I just heard, you need it.
Indeed, time is of the essence, quite literally. So I won't ask for all the details, Wanderer. Just tell me what we need to do. Back to the Chronoverge, then? If you feel equipped to face whatever awaits you there, then do not delay. May the winds be with you, both of you.
All right. So, remind me, I'm pretty sure Mallory only gives us a boost to, incoming healing, I think is what she does. Yeah, incoming healing of 25%. Not seeing anything else. Yeah, nothing right offhand. Nope. Nope. Alright. So just incoming healing. That works. So yeah, off to Ruble Wastes. I'm just going to leave that antiquity there for now. No, don't really want to waste time getting into a fight we don't have to do. Because like I said, we got a bit to go through today. At least like looking ahead, it feels like we have a bit to go through. It could end up being not taking that long, but I feel like it's going to. Either way, head to the portal. Head to the Chronoverge portal.
Wow! This really is just like old times. You and me looking up at one of the wonders of the spiral, fighting the odds to save the day. Things have gotten better for me at Ravenwood. The school's really grown on me, but it still pales in comparison to this. Not to be sappy, but whatever happens up there, I want you to know that adventuring with you is my favorite thing. All right, let's go.
Alright. To the Chronoverge we go.
It appears a fierce battle was fought here. Any loyal chronomancers who remained were incapacitated by the Cabal's infiltrators.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Or is it just that? I think so. Maybe there's one over there. Yeah, that actually might be where we go to take on Grandfather Spider. But anyway.
I can't believe how easily my fellow chronomancers were defeated. These Cabal members must have planned this for years. Even more disturbing, the sands of time have been reversed again. Whatever reprieve Grandmother Raven gave us was certainly short-lived.
I'm sure she did everything she could. I'm Mallory, by the way. You can think of me as the wizard's personal assistant. I help get the job done.
Okay, yeah, sure.
I'm glad you came along. I would be of little assistance at this point. The Cabal clearly has a way of countering Chronomancer magic. That's the portal that leads down to the surface within the Sands of Time, but the Chronomaster has closed the blast door to block entry. Before we can do anything else, you'll need to storm his office in the chapter hall and reopen the portal blast door.
Alright, that did level us up. As we see, we are now level, what, 127, 128? 127. Yeah, I highly doubt we'll be leveling up again, so we'll be going into Imperia at level 127. It's pretty cool, actually. But anyway, so this is the first portion of what we got to do. It's just a simple, we have a minion battle, and then a battle against a boss that does cheat. So actually, let me pull that up real quick, because I can't remember. I think it's Chronomancer Delvin. Chronomancer Devlin. There we go. So Chronomancer Devlin has a couple of cheats. He has the standard cheat of if a wizard joins late, which he'll cast a mana burn on that wizard, so just be aware of that. But anyway, to his actual cheats. Time is on my side at the beginning of round 1, and at round 1 and every 10th round thereafter, he will cast a 45% version of Power Play. If a wizard casts any type of global spell, while this is active, he will recast Power Play. So Power Play must be active. And what does Power Play do again? I think it's a... that's right. It boosts the chance of power pips by this one by 45%. So, eventually, at the end of round 5, he will replace the power play with a balanced global with minus 45% power pip gain. So he reverses your power pip generation, and that also limits the maximum pit limit to 2 if all pips gained before are spent, which is wild. So the idea here is that, the idea for this fight, he only has 9,800 health. So the idea here is to try and try to buff yourself up, before and take him out before or right after round 5, because eventually you're not going to be able to do much else unless you have lower cost spells. So just something to be aware of. You can still gain shadow pips while this limiting effect is in effect, but anyway. Finally, the main thing another thing you have to worry is, like, don't place traps on him. If you do, he will place a weakness 35% and a black metal 55% on the wizard who casts the spell. So just don't do it, because your next spell will basically do no damage. So no traps. Anyway, just wanted to get that out of the way. So power yourself up with blades, try to one-shot him, and other than that, it's a relatively easy fight. He is a balance enemy, that is relevant as well.
Yes, it's the one from the Arcanum. I've waited my entire career for an opportunity to face one of our mortal enemies in combat.
Don't be overconfident. Arcanum members are formidable adversaries. Remember our training. There's a method to ensure victory. Use it.
Yeah, that doesn't actually mean anything. These guys don't have any cheats that I know of. Like, I didn't see anything listed for them, so... just a kind of a standard fight for this. I probably should have done the other one, but it's fine. We'll drop that. Go ahead and cast the Blade Storm just to get it out of the way. Give me a boost. %, or 20% is 20%. Yeah, it's a 20% boost, so we take that. These guys are only at 3320, so yeah, I'm not too worried about them. But we'll place a curse on this guy. All right, and we should probably be good. Yeah, we should probably be good with this. So we're gonna go ahead. Yeah, we'll call Krulu.
Ha! So much for their methods. I say winging it is better. It's more fun, too. Let's keep going.
She's not wrong, is she? She's not wrong. Anyway, for this next fight, I'm actually gonna go ahead and just keep. The deck that we're using, so that I can just have better access to my death blades and stuff like that. Actually, I might go ahead and drop. I'll just have to remember to add these back in. But I want to hold on to just make this a little bit easier for myself. So yeah, I'll just remember to put those back in after this fight.
Come to join me in savoring the spiral's last few minutes? It's quite an occasion. The Cabal has labored towards this goal for centuries. You helped too with the Chrono Shards and liberating Grandfather Spider. He made this possible, you know, and now he's doing all the work. And no need to worry, we're quite safe here. we'll be shepherded through the spiral's annihilation and into the dawn of a new first world.
You're as sick and twisted as Grandfather Spider is, and you'll soon realize how wrong you really are.
Ah, yes. I misspoke. I said we. That's not entirely accurate. You will meet your doom right here and now, at my hand.
I don't think so, but you're welcome to try. Alright, there we go. Excuse me. Well, we'll go ahead and boost you with the big boy. Do that one there. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and damage myself to get some blades. Oh, I forgot to mention this. I'll mention there's something I need to talk about like after this fight, so we'll get to that in a moment. Let's do this one. That was round 2. We are now at round 3. Okay, that was round 3. This is round 4. That should have been a, yep. Alright, round 5. So after the end of this round, he will cast his, he'll reverse the global. So we're going to do one more spell, and then we'll swing. You little turd. Of course he puts up a minus 55% death shield. Come on, man. Don't do that. So I'm curious to see if this actually gives an explanation as to what this does. Yeah. Oh, so it's a maximum of 2 power pips. That's what it is. Yeah, a maximum of 2 power pips. Okay. Makes me feel better. Since I have, the 5 that I do. So yeah, you can still get other pips. It's just a maximum of 2 power pips. That makes me feel better. Not enough. Yeah, we got a pip back though for that. Nice. And I can finish this with just a Call of Krulu. So that's what we're gonna do. Unless he sets up another shield. He did not. Nice.
So what? You defeat me. You reactivate the portal. You enter the sands of time. And what? You defeat Grandfather Spider? Ha! You have no hope.
I disagree.
That must be the way to reopen the blast door. Hit it and let's go.
So what I was going to say, this episode is probably coming out after the new update to the game where Darkmoor was added as a world, and a number of changes were done to shadow magic. I just want you guys to remember I record these fairly in advance, and even with the 4 or 5 week break I took, I'm still about 20 episodes currently, like as of this recording, I'm still about 20 episodes ahead of my upload schedule. So yeah, those changes to shadow magic aren't going to be apparent for a little while. Just letting you guys know. But anyway, so just wanted to get that out there, just to explain that no, my Dark Pact is still Dark Pact for me. It has not become its other form yet, which I believe was called. What are they calling it now? Dark Tribute, I think, something like that. Anyway, is that the, yeah, there we're good. So that hasn't changed. Yeah, that hasn't changed for me. It is still called Dark Pact, just because that change has not been implemented yet. Shadow spells are still just shadow spells. They don't have enchantments. Yeah, we don't have those enchantments yet. To turn death spells, like to turn our spells into shadow spells, they're still just shadow spell, or they're still death spells with shadow pit involvement. But yeah, that will change eventually. Not entirely sure when, but it will change eventually. Anyway, just wanted to get that out of the way. But yeah, so that fight, not too bad. Tyrell, not too bad. Or, not Tyrell, Delvin, not too bad. Though it's kind of funny, yeah, that shield, that minus 55% shield he put up really did save him. Because if he didn't have that, yeah, we would have taken him out with that first spell. Alright. Onward. This is always a bad sign to me. It's like, oh yeah, we're going to give you all of these like health orbs. We're going to make sure you're full on mana. Yeah. Never a good sign.
Thank the sands you succeeded. The portal is active, and you can now enter the sands of time. I'll remain here to keep the Chronovert from falling back into the Cabal's clutches. I'd be little help down there anyhow. Take the portal down and do whatever you must to reclaim the Chrono Shards and the Eye of History. That should reset the sands. Whatever power my wishes may have, I send them along with you. The fate of Mirage and all the Spiral hangs in the balance. Godspeed, Wizard.
Alright. So this is the next thing that I was wanting to do. I do need to check something real quick just to make sure. What is that over there? Oh, it's a... Oh, okay, I was like, what? I could only see, like, his arm from where I was. I was like, what is that? But, yeah, let me pull this up real quick. Yeah, we're on the Sands of Time mission. So, let's see. Hand in Sands of Time. This mission is the... Yes, this is the one I thought it was. So, go to the entrance. This is a... pretty much a boss rush for 3 different boss fights. All of them are bosses from our history, which is pretty cool. Anyway, but I wanted to check Sands of Time, Chronoverge, Storyline Quest, Confront into the North Time. Okay, so there is another instance somewhere in here. I'm guessing, like, once we go through here. Yeah, because there's no... There's no sigil gate just yet, so... Hello, grandfather. Anyway, let me check one thing. Just need to pull this up. Okay. Put this back down. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay, so yeah, we have several... Oh, that's a little disturbing. So let me... So we do get a... Okay.
You'll be surprised to hear it, but I actually waited for you to finish this. You've worked so hard. I wanted to at least give you a chance.
That is very sporting of you. Thank you, grandfather.
Really? You'd risk your master plan of destroying the spiral just for the opportunity to rub our noses in it?
I would. It's one of the prerogatives of being a primal divine force. I can be as petty and absurd as I want.
Oh my god, thank you. Someone actually comes out and says it. That is beautiful. Thank you.
But look at you, young lady. All grown up, confident and outspoken. Another drop of potential lost amid this sea of mediocrity. And you, wizard. With you I feel a special kinship at this point. That's why I've prepared a gift of sorts. A surprise from your past. Using the eye of history, I found a few creatures who sorely hoped to see you again. You'll find them guarding the chrono shards. If you manage to overcome each of them, I'll be waiting with the eye of history. You might want to be quick. Time is slipping away.
Interesting. Alright. Yeah, these are all, the 3 bosses that we have to fight are all bosses that we've fought sometime in our past. 2 of them I get. One of them I feel like could have been a better choice, but it is what it is. So here is our, where we're heading. That's where we're heading there. What is this though? Because you think, the purple lightning has to be important, right? But I'm not seeing it. Oh, there is another sigil gate. Okay. So that's another sigil gate there. And what about over here? Because I'm pretty sure this is the final one. Yeah, there's one there. 3 sigil gates. I'm a little confused. But, well, we'll find out, won't we? Either way, let's head on in. So, East Sands of Time. East Sands of Time. Oh, okay. So no, you do have a break period between each boss fight. Yeah, look at that. Shadow Bones. So, Shadow Bones, as you can probably guess, is Rattlebones from the very beginning of the game. Love it. It is a one-on-one fight. He is as you can see, a Shadow Death. He has 40% resistance to death magic, so I do have to... 40% is pretty significant, but it's not that bad. Anyway, he does have a couple of cheats. The standard tardiness will not be tolerated. If a wizard joins the duel after the second round, specifically after the second round, he will cast a mana burn on the wizard. You don't want that. Shadow, I love Shadow. He will randomly cast Dark Convert once in the fight, which converts 3 pips into 1 Shadow pip for himself. Not that big a deal. Why don't we trade? If a wizard places a feint on Shadowbones, he will cast an ice version of Swap Ward to exchange it with the wizard, so just don't put any feints on him. Let's dampen the heals. If you cast a healing spell, he will cast a Doom and Gloom. Not that bad. And oh, how cute. If any type of fairy spell is used, by friend or foe, he will cast Magnify on himself. Magnify, what does that one do? That is the... increases his damage by 20% for 4 rounds, right? So yeah, really not that bad. And it's kind of funny. His last one, the fairy spell thing, is because his minion was a fairy in the when you originally fought him. So that's kind of the reference there. But anyway, this fight, yeah, as you can tell, this fight's really not that bad. I'm gonna switch over to my boss deck. But yeah, really not that bad of a fight. He has a mixture of death and ice spells, because he does have an ice mastery, so be ready for stuns and whatnot. Yeah, really not that bad of a fight. So,
I can't believe this. When Grandfather Spider dragged me from the grave, I thought he was pulling my leg, and he was. Ha ha! But how could I pass up even a remote chance to face you again? And with shadow magic. If only I had this before. Come, give me my vengeance.
How about we put you back in the grave, Rattlebones? But yeah, it is a one-on-one fight, which I think is really cool. I'll go ahead and boost that one. He's got 12,800 health, so. Okay. Alright, let's go with, go ahead and boost both of you. We'll do the Spirit Trap, because that can either be death or life, if I can get a prism on him. Again, 40% is really not that bad. Yeah, at this point we're not going to worry about it. We're just going to kind of try to burn through it. Okay, we will Bladestorm. A protected 55%, that is unfortunate. Let's go with you. And I actually am going to go Dr. Vaughn's here. No, let's save Dr. Vaughn. We will, because I have to break through that shield anyway. So let's call. Yeah, let's do Call of Cthulhu. It's our second strongest spell. It looks like he's going to do the same thing. Yeah, that wasn't great, but we got some damage in at least. I don't really know what to do here. I guess we'll do a Dark Pact. We'll take some damage, but it'll put another blade on us. So where are my prisms? I could really use one right now. Nope, can't do that. He'll swap them. I mean, we could do that, but there's just like no point to. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do some more damage. So that 40% is killing, or that, yeah, that 40% resistance is killing me. Rude. Yeah, we're still gonna do the mass feint. Or, mass prism, excuse me. So we'll do that. We will... So that really does help. We will set up a curse, probably do another curse. Minus 50. Yeah, we'll hold on to that one. Let's go with... it really doesn't matter, does it? Oh, we'll do the spirit trap. And with that, I might actually hold off on doing my next spell. I might hold off on the next one. Yeah, because I can boost it. And yeah, let's go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and Dr. Vaughn's, deal some damage, maybe take him out. I think he still survived. Just barely? Yeah, just barely. Like, what does he have left? 114. Yeah, that'll do. Honestly, I could blade here and then take him out with a... Anyway. Scarecrow, that's what I was trying to say. Especially because he just used up all of his pips to do that spell, I think. Yeah. So we'll do that. He can't cast a death spell strong enough to give him enough life to get past this. Aha! One down.
Was that the guy from Unicorn Way? Wow! When Grandfather Spider said he was digging up the past, I never dreamed he'd go that far back.
Right?
I wonder who's next. Grab that Chrono Shard and let's go to the next dune.
The next one is someone from Krakatobia.
As you collect the Chrono Shard, it dissolves one of the shadow rays that was projected into the sands of time.
Excellent. Oop. Stuck on a dune. Alright. Next we are heading to the West Dune for a confrontation. And you know, I can't actually remember his full name. I know it starts with Bort, but we'll talk about it in a second. So, the next fight. Well, let's just get in there. Yeah, let's get in there. we'll see in a second. But like all 3 of these kind of from the past bosses, he has cheats. We'll talk about them in a second. Let's just get in there. Bort Shadowmane instead of what he once was. So, Bort Shadowmane. His cheats are actually even less. He has poor showmanship. Yeah, if it joins the duel after it started, he will do a steal pip to steal 1 pip from the wizard. Check out my armor. If wizard casts an attack spell at Bort, he will cast an Aegis protected bronze armor. That won't do anything to me because I use drain spells predominantly. And then after casting his natural attack, Bort will interrupt cast a shadow version of Shatter on the wizard. Shatter, getting rid of your wards. So yeah, he's very, very simple. He's a very simple fight. Nothing you can really play around either. Yeah, nothing you can really play around either. So we'll just hold on. We'll just get into it.
You stole all my fame and glory, and with no showmanship whatsoever. Now I will finally get my rematch and prove I am the best warrior.
Nah, I don't think you will, Bort. If you remember him, he was from Krakatobia during the events that we had to try to... you know what? I can't remember the exact... right, trying to get an audience with the champion of the arena. He was one of the people we had to fight to gain recognition, as it were. Yeah. Don't need any of these. Let's do Bladestorm first, just in case we get a sharpened blade. What is this? Oh. Okay, yeah. That's gonna hurt. Yeah, because I think that's the shadow spell that like splits damage based on how many opponents it has to target. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Cool. Hey, not that bad. Let's go ahead and do this. Oh, he just gave me a nice little boost of 40%. Thank you, Bort. That was incredibly kind of you. We're going to utilize that 40% right now. Because it might be enough. I don't know. Probably not. But we'll see. Nice. It was more than enough. The critical is what took him out, so that's good.
So, have you noticed I'm a little more helpful than before? Oh, okay, good. I kept waiting for you to say something. Not that I'm trying to take all the credit, of course. You still seem to be holding your own. But hey, we're better together, right? Sorry, I'm veering into Sappy Land again, aren't I? Let's just get the Chrono Shard and head to the next dune.
Well, I kind of feel bad for Mallory. I don't use healing spells, so she really doesn't help me at all, but... maybe she is giving something else. I'll check what she does.
As you collect the Chrono Shard,
later,
it dissolves another one of the shadow rays that was projected into the sands of time.
You know, like I said, maybe she is doing something else. When you go into combat, you can hover over your icon. It'll give you like all of the things that are affecting you currently. So after this, when we get into this, the last fight we're going to do for the episode, I'll check to see what she actually does. But anyway, this final fight before you challenge Grandfather Spider at the North Gate, at the North Dune, is against the Jabberwocky. The Jabberwocky from Avalon. And yes, it has a similar mechanics, what's called the Shadow Walk, but it has similar mechanics to what you dealt with in Avalon. So, just going to go through the things real quick. Beginning on round 2, he will interrupt to remove all traps from himself at the start of every second round. Round 4, round 6, etc. You can use indemnity, to protect your trap so he doesn't get rid of them the first time. But the big thing is at the beginning of every 3 rounds, he will cast a shadow version of Meteor Strike that randomly deals, 1650 to 3300 damage. Yeah, it's a lot of damage. But then places a 200% universal trap on himself. This is at rounds 3, 6, 9, so the odd rounds right after he's removed everything. So, something to realize. If a wizard places a feint, he will cast an ice version of Swap Ward, so again, no feints. And try not to fizzle. Whenever a fizzle occurs, Shadow Walk will cast a shadow version of Empower, similar to Dark Surge, to give himself 2 power pips. Really not that big a deal. And after casting his natural attack, Shadow Walk will cast a protected Black Mantle on the wizard, lowering the damage of your next spell. So hopefully he doesn't do his natural attack too often. But the idea here is you're supposed to attack on the odd rounds while he has a plus 200% universal trap. So this could be an annoying fight, is all I'm going to say. Yeah, this could be an annoying fight, so we're going to do what we can. Yeah, we're going to do what we can. I did think about at one point switching the deck to this one so that I could always have access to a damaging spell, and I might do that. Because again, remember, attack, you have to make sure you can attack on round 3. Anyway, let's go ahead and give it a shot. And if things kind of conspire against me, I'm not changing the deck. But first off, if things do kind of conspire against me, no, you know what? I am going to change the deck. We're going to change it to this one, equip it. We're going to do what we did, drop the traps, because they are kind of pointless. Yeah, 'cause our traps are kind of pointless for this fight. But yeah, we're going to keep this so that we can more easily hit him with damage. We'll keep this. Maybe not the best idea, but it's what we're going with. So, and like I said, if something does kind of conspire against me and we're really low on health, I will grab a life minion to make sure that we get this fight done with. Because I don't really want to do this twice. If I'm being honest, I don't want to do this twice.
Brillig is past, and arrived is my hour. You once took my hearts, but left my head. Now I've grown in power. This time, you will be dead.
Uh-huh. Alright, so try to keep count on what round you're on. This is round 1. Yeah, this is round 1, so we are going to buff that one, drop that, set a blade. Round 1. Okay, this is round 2. We are going to... this is another blade, so we're going to do another blade. And I need to check something, actually. I want to check something real quick. Oh, it's a fizzle for him as well. Yeah, at the beginning. There we go. Okay. We're good. So, that means right now, this is the third round. He should put up... Yeah, he should put up a spell. He should do his thing. So, we're gonna attack. Yeah, here comes the... This is going to hurt. It's a lot of damage. He gets to do his normal attack, which is a little annoying. And here comes my spell. Oh, you little... He blocked the crit. That would have taken him out. But anyway, that was round 3. We are now at round 4. Yeah, this is now round 4. Okay. It's taken a long time to get that spell, so... I have... Essentially, I have 2 turns. I'm gonna drop these. I probably shouldn't, but I'm going to. So here's round 4. Okay, we are now at round 5, so I have one more setup turn. I have one more turn for setup. And, okay, we have one more turn for setup. I placed a standard, so we'll do a Blade Storm. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that, because now I'm down a pip. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. If I can get my Shadow Pip here. Yes. Excellent. All right, we should be good. Wow, rude. Okay, it did a low roll damage. Excellent. We got lucky with that Shadow Pip. Good. All right. No crit. Shouldn't need it though. Yeah, we good.
Oh, Frabjestay, Kaloo Kalay. Yep, I know all that stuff. Baba Yaga has a thing for fairy tales and weird poems. I'm not complaining, though. It comes in handy at times like these. Gives me something clever to say, at least. All right, get that last Chrono Shard and then meet me back outside. Then we'll go and finally face Grandfather Spider.
Oof. All right, before I forget, let me fix this. I would hate myself if I didn't fix this. So let's go ahead and grab that. Where's my prism? All right, that's good. Just wanted to put those back in. All right, so grab the last, or second to last Chrono Shard.
As you collect the Chrono Shard, it dissolves the third Shadow Ray that was projected into the sands of time. Only one remains.
All right. We'll head back out. We won't talk to Mallory just yet. Yeah, we won't talk to actually, are we turning this quest into Mallory? I think so. So maybe we will. Yeah, let's go ahead and turn this quest in and, see what Mallory has to say. And then in the next episode, we confront Grandfather Spider.
It looks like whatever hold the shadow magic has on the sands of time is weakened. But there's just that one final strand. I have to tell you, I'm nervous about this. What we have to do in there is beyond anything we've faced.
I forgot to check.
This is Spider himself.
I forgot to check. I'm pretty sure she doesn't give us anything other than just her 25% incoming healing. Anyway.
Baba Yaga used to always say, when you've got a dreadful task to undertake, it's best just to get on with it. I guess she's right. This time, though, it's my turn to go first. I'll see you in the dunes.
Well, Baba Yaga may have a point. But we're not going to follow it at the moment. Sorry, I have to call it here just because this fight with Grandfather Spider, I feel like it's going to take a while. Just because I've looked at some of his cheats. I need to do a refresher. It's going to be a pain. It's going to be a pain. We're going to be grabbing some henchmen just to make this a lot easier on ourselves. And then with that, it shouldn't be that bad, but we'll see. Either way, we're going to wrap up here. If you enjoyed this episode, which I do sincerely hope you did, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button down below. And if you happen to be new to the channel, hello, welcome, and please do consider subscribing. And to stay up to date for whenever new content is released, don't forget to hit that bell icon after you subscribe. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you all next time.